Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go. We're right out of the gate on this Thursday. Of course, we are just around the corner from the weekend. I'm already tracking your all-important Friday forecast, your weekend forecast. A little bit of preview on that. It does look very hot. In fact, potentially even record-setting hot heading into the weekend. I will talk about that. And then a little bit of a glimmer of good news, so to speak. Possibly, just possibly, we may have some tropical moisture in the area as we get into this upcoming week, talking about next Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even some rain chances here locally. Again, details on that coming up as well. Otherwise, this is where we started the morning. Of course, the last several mornings with the reprieve from the heat we've been enjoying. Daytime highs have been below 100, and those morning lows have been fresher around the area. A lot of 60s, lower mid 70s. Well, that is also a thing of the past. In fact, we saw that this morning way more in the way of mid upper 70s around the area. The only real exception to that was out in our far eastern counties. Still some fresh 60s there, but again, like I mentioned, we're basically done with that. A couple locations in the Metroplex, like southern Tarrant County, and again, you can also see back over through Lancaster, even Mesquite here in southern southeastern Dallas County, flirted with the 60s this morning, but again, for most of us, again, even those morning lows, they're going to begin to throttle back up as well. Now, we have not been, for the last 2 days, adding to our tally of triple-digit days for the calendar year, right? We're basically at 36 for the year. Typical year, we'd see right around 20, so we're running above normal, and we're only about 10, 11 shy now of what we saw last year, but of course nowhere near the record of 71. But beginning today, even into the weekend, we will be adding each and every day a tally to that number. Now 107, that's my forecasted high, so we're transitioning back from the heat reprieve basically right where we left off. So 107 today. Notice our record today. We may tie, we may try and even break the record as we go through the afternoon. So day planner quickly up into the triple digits, and again you see with bright sunshine we are topping out right around 107. The Weather Service factoring all of that together as well, and because of that they did go ahead and reissue the excessive heat warning. Does include the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, does include all of North Texas, and again I would imagine this would be extended through the weekend, possibly even into parts of early next week as well. So where is the active weather? Again, locally, we're completely dry. Even around the region, we're completely dry. In fact, you have to look all the way up towards the Windy City, the Chicagoland area. It's been a pretty potent line of storms moving through there. But again, outside of that, again, through the weekend, our forecast is basically dry. And again, the reason for that, the summer heat dome, of course, it had retreated the last couple of days out to the west, again, giving us those less hot afternoons. Again, it is now building back in, and it's not just building back into the southern plains. It's not just building back into North Texas. It's going to build into a good part of the nation, even through the heartland, the Midwest. There's going to be a lot of folks that are going to see a very significant heat wave through the weekend and maybe even into a good part of next week as well. So kind of summer's last stand, if you will. But again, it does look pretty intense going forward. But I am tracking this wave of tropical moisture moving through the Gulf of Mexico. There may be some opportunity of even tropical development with that. We're going to track that carefully. This is the American model. Notice it moves it down towards the Rio Grande Valley. If you look at the European data, it curves it more and potentially brings some moisture even up towards North Texas Tuesday into Wednesday, with maybe even the opportunity of some rain. So we're going to track that very carefully, obviously, as we go through the weekend and over the next several days as well. Otherwise, as we back up in time, talking about today, talking about tonight, talking about tomorrow, as you can see, we are high and dry, not just in North Texas, but all around the Lone Star State. I want to highlight this as well. The computer really jumping up and down today about some fire danger. Soil moisture completely dry, record heat possible as we go through the day, and also the humidity levels will be dropping. So again, do keep in mind fire safety, fire danger as we go through the day. There's a look at those temperatures soaring well into the triple digits as we go through the afternoon. There's a look at your Thursday evening. Temperatures slowly easing down through the 90s, but again, compared to the last several evenings, definitely much hotter, upper 70s to right around 80. Those would be your out the door temperatures. And then as we go through tomorrow, Friday, the heat continues up near record levels. So again, you can see the next several days, 107, 109 as we get into tomorrow, Friday, 108s through the weekend. There's that possible rain chance early next week. Tracking all of that and more coming up.